paper on the bottom, and I put the kindling on the next layer, and I put a whole bunch of coal in there. Nobody told me there was a vent down below, so I lit the match. That stove was red hot from here down to here, and the first two pipes. I was lucky I didn't burn the barracks down. And then somebody came and said, "Hey, just shut the vent, the oxygen won't get there." I said, "Thank you." Here's the tight quarters. I don't know why this guy brought this clock, but it must have been an heirloom or something. Here's this guy's Levi's. This is in fashion now for all you young people. Japanese people, the reason why they cuffed them that high, their legs were short, and Levi's didn't come in short legs, short in-seat. Okay. Some people were ingenious and they had their own garden. They raised some vegetables. They even had a pig farm. And but the reality is that to grow anything in the desert is a miracle. How many of you remember this? Oh, you guys are old. There's no laundrette. Okay? There's no machine that you can put the quarters in and feed it, and then put it into the dryer. It was all hand done. And then you hung it up inside the laundry area. But my mother slaved over washing clothes. It was incredible. All the cooks were Japanese. Servers were Japanese. So I cannot eat Vienna sausage today. I can't stand the smell of it. But the unusual thing is I can eat Spam. I can eat Spam and eggs and rice with soy sauce. That's great. Contradiction. All right, next. Here's a family picture. My dad's still not smiling. Next. Here's a gymnasium for the high school. And so they had a high school, junior high, grade school. They had 2 grade schools. And they had about 4 or 5 Christian churches, Buddhist church, and they didn't have the Shinto church because they were worried about people who follow the emperor's ruling, so they didn't do that. Next. Here's my class picture in the 3rd grade. I used to remember everybody's name, but once you turn my age, the thing just keeps slipping out, and I can't remember anymore. Kids were playing all the time. A lot of freedom. You know why? There's a fence around the camp. You can't get out of the camp. So if your kid was missing for a while, somebody would turn them in and bring them over to your house, so they were safe. Here's an interesting one. They had Boy Scouts in the camp. Next. They had flag ceremonies before every football game or basketball or baseball. We used to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. Can you imagine that? Okay. Next. Football. And no grass. What do the Grizzlies play on? What kind of? AstroTurf. Hey, that wasn't even invented in the 40s. But this is all dirt. Who paid for the uniforms? For the outfits, the helmets, the headgear, and all that. Okay. Teachers were brought in from the outside that were accredited. And this lady here must have lived in the Delta area and had the accreditation. But these were mostly for high school kids. Okay? Here's my brother, graduated in 1944. This the group that they had a yearbook. So they had a yearbook, cap and gown. Is it normal? Is this a normal environment to have all this? I don't think so. Okay. Cap and gown, getting ready for the yearbook. Okay. Now, this is one of the most critical parts of the presentation. And for those of you, I'm going to read this, so you can relax. Are you willing to serve in the armed forces of the United States on combat duty wherever ordered? Question. Will you swear unqualified allegiance to the United States of America, faithfully defend the United States from any or all attacks by foreign or domestic force, or swear any form of allegiance or disobedience to the Japanese emperor or any other foreign government power? Okay, here's the thing. You're behind barbed wire. Your freedom has been taken away. You're under armed guard. And now they send out this questionnaire to say, okay, are you still loyal to the United States, or do you want to show your allegiance to Japan? And so this questionnaire went out, and the interesting thing is, you have to think about, if your constitutional rights have been taken away from you, then what? Do you not say yes, yes, because of your own, do you have the loyalty to say yes, yes, or do you have the principle related to the Constitution that says, my Constitution has been violated, therefore, I don't think I'm going to go for it. So this put a lot of young guys into a situation. Those of you who are potentially were drafted, how many of you between 18 and 25? Right there, 18 and 25. So if you were Japanese, you were dealing with this. Amen? All right, so what happened? These guys signed up. These guys volunteered. These are married men that signed up for the service. So what was inside of them that says, my loyalty is with the United States? A, it's simple. Minus 2. Okay, go. In the 442nd 100th Combat Battalion, there were 20,000 total. They kept the Japanese soldiers, Japanese American soldiers, separate from the rest of the troops, because they didn't want to have them commingling, because they thought maybe there's still a possibility that the Japanese guys that are in the service now may go against the American soldiers. Okay. Well, 650 get killed in action. Close to 4,000 are wounded, still missing, so you got a total of 4,000. 15 came out of Topaz, many were injured. So you look at these guys, they wanted to prove it. They gave up their lives to prove that they were loyal. Okay. So what happens when they go? They come back in a box. Gold Star mothers. Interesting. And here are the soldiers that accompanied them back. But here's another interesting person here in this picture. What is he wearing on his head? It's a VFW cap. So he must have been a veteran of foreign war. It means that he was in the First World War. Okay. Interesting picture. So you think about the Muslims in the United States right now. There's 5,000 Muslims in the United States Army or the armed forces. And we have a Gold Star father just recently on TV to to share their feelings about what's going on in the political world. And then if you go to Arlington Cemetery, there are a lot of gravestones with Muslims insignias on the gravestone. Crazy. Okay. So they were drafting all these people out of the camp. They were releasing people to go to the Midwest and East Coast. So the government said, you know what? I think the Japanese people are okay. They're trustworthy. Let's let them go. What do? They start shutting the camps down. These are the dates that they're shutting them down. And let's see. Tule Lake was closed after the war was over. It's an interesting number, date that's up there. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, all you people, you're free to go. You're free to go where? Will the communities that kicked you out welcome you back? You still have a face that says, hey, this guy's the enemy. Okay. So then you say, I don't know if I want to go there or not. Okay, next. So the company that you were fired from, because all of the civil service workers right at the beginning of the war, they all got fired. And so now the question is, will they get rehired? Will the companies that they left rehire them? I don't know. Next. The people that you were renting from, will they welcome you back into the house? The people that took care of the house while you were gone, that said that they will take care of your house as long as they get free rent or something like that. All the farmers that were there, that left their farms that they owned, were they taken care of while they were gone? What happened to their homes? What happened to the land that they worked on? Are you going to go first and find out what it's like? Because you're spotted as soon as you get there. My face is different than your face, but the interesting thing is, if I needed a blood transfusion, and I'm an A+ blood type, how many of you are A+? All right. At least we have some potential contributors to my bloodstream. So is everybody going to leave in one day? I don't think so, not 10,000 people. Next. So a quota was set up. You either sign up for the quota, not once you get into your routine in the camp, you're so much into a routine, some people didn't want to leave because it was comfortable. Okay, that's crazy. If you assign to a date, you will be packed up and you'll be escorted to the train. Now, you were escorted to leave where you came from. Now you're being escorted back. And you will get a ticket to where you came from. So resettlement is, go ahead. Here we are in Ogden, Utah. And I used to live on Pingree Street in Ogden. Brothers back from the service, family picture. Yeah. This is all of us together. We were able to get a shot there. Next.
Oh, your dad's smiling.
Huh?
I saw your dad smiling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Here's my 5th or 6th grade picture when I went to school in Ogden. So I used to know every one of those kids' names. Oh. My dad's smiling just a little bit. He got an award for using the soroban. And those of you who know the Japanese vocabulary, this is the abacus.
Why did you go to Ogden
my dad was afraid to go back.
Yeah, okay, so that's an option.
Yeah. Good question, though, because I often wondered myself, because I wanted to go back to San Francisco. So when I was living in Utah, I always had that feeling, I want to go back to where the ocean is. Next. In many years of legislative effort, Congress accepted what was run Japanese American was not right. No apologies was written by the president, and several $1 million for education. So part of the education funding is probably, I hope it's gone to the museum. And $20,000 were awarded to every person at the time that it was signed that was alive. So they didn't have a 110,000 people list. They had a list of who was left at a certain date. Amen. This is the plaque that's at Delta, Utah on the main street. Okay, the follow-up with the 3 guys that got put away, conviction overturned, Hirabashi, Congress passed Civil Liberties Act, Korematsu, Ninth Circuit vacated the conviction. So in the end, the three guys did the right thing, but they paid the price. Okay. Next. Will it happen again? Okay. In a panic, the Constitution was put aside. This is a very, very important statement right here. It's like frisk. What's the New York they did it with? Frisk and stop and frisk. Okay. We have a presidential candidate that says, "Hey, bring it back." What's unconstitutional? Next. U.S. citizens were excluded from protection and were isolated behind barbed wire and military guns. Next. During the Vietnam War, the authorities wanted to round up all the protesters. I don't know if you know this or not, but in Berkeley, there are a lot of protesters. And in the process of the protest, it got so tense, and it could have exploded. It could have been very violent. And so then, go ahead. And then the next thing is that they wanted to round up all the Middle East people. Now, hey, wait a minute. That's not right. We've already gone through this exercise already. So do we want to do it again? And so if you said you're going to round up all the Middle East people, there's no way there's only 100,000 in the United States. There's a hell of a lot more than that. Okay. But there is a detention camp that's set up right now in Livermore, California. Next. Okay, here's my oldest brother. He was in U.S. intelligence. My brother was attached to the Marines, and he was in the war during the Korean War, and he was up in the Incheon Reservoir area and close to the Yalu River. In 1950, the winter was so cold that GIs were dying in the foxholes. The weapons that they had were freezing up. The machine guns that they had did not operate. And yet all these Chinese guys were coming down the hill screaming and yelling. But they didn't have any winter clothing themselves. They were just about, not bare feet, but they had these whiny kind of shoes on that, no protection. The U.S. Army had not provided the winter clothing yet. So all the GIs were really up a creek. He got captured, and he was captured for 6 months. And luckily he got out, and he lived because he was able to eat the food that the Chinese army put out. Now think about this. Boiled fish and rice. How many of you can eat plain boiled fish? No spices, no nothing. Just fish and boiled in water. GIs couldn't handle it. They starved to death. My brother was lucky. got rescued by, they went into a house and they took all of the wallpaper off the home and they put out an SOS sign on the ground. And it just so happened that a jet flew over and then they got the helicopters rescued. And here I am in Korea. So even after going into the camps, you think, what the hell is going on? These guys are crazy to be in the service. And I think, hey, I'm an American citizen. Next. So we went over the incarceration versus relocation. Concentration camp versus concentration camp. I want to clarify to you that the Jewish community in New York did not want to have the Japanese use concentration at one of their museums because they had a display out. And the Japanese community and the Jewish community got together, and the Jewish community said, you know what, if your freedom is taken away, if you're under guard, and all your rights were taken away from you, that is concentration. So the way I describe it is, for the Jewish community, I will use this big C. And for the concentration camp that we went to, I'll use the little c. That's the way I feel more comfortable with it because there's no way in hell you can compare the experience of what the Japanese went through compared to what the Jewish people went through. So, Tantaran, Delta, Topaz, Tule Lake, 442nd Constitution. Right? So, how many of you are voting? Alrighty. Say it again.
I conscientiously object to voting. I don't like making choices for all of it.
Okay. I have to respect what you just said. Because that's a choice. That's the choice that we have fought for. That's given to every one of us. I won't ask you who you're going to vote for, but I have my own feeling. So I'm glad that all of you. How many watched the debate last night? Wow, this is really interesting. All right. Okay, here I am. I live in Morgan Hill, available for groups, college, university. Thank you very much for being attentive. I didn't see anybody falling asleep. If you did, I would have whacked you with the stick. I'm glad that you were able to hang in there with me. You're all great. I walked into presentations where I'm the oldest guy in the room. This guy beat me today. And have a good evening. Is there any questions that you might have that I can maybe answer?
How do they know who's Japanese versus Korean or Chinese or Asian?
That's an interesting question. The Japanese people had to register because the parents did anyway, because they were aliens, quote unquote. And the Chinese people wore, I am a Chinese American, on their shirt. Okay. Other than that, we all look alike. You can line up a whole group of Chinese people, Korean people, and Japanese people, maybe some Vietnamese people. I'd be willing to bet you that you're not going to be 100% right when you get through guessing at who's Japanese, who's Chinese, and who's whatever. It's interesting how they rounded up everybody. They got everybody.
Everybody meaning Japanese, Chinese, and
No, just the Japanese.
Do you comment on the atom bomb dropped on Japan? Your opinion on that decision?
It's an interesting question. It still is. Some people say it saved a lot of GIs and GIs' lives. And then the other part says the Americans needed to test the bomb just to see if it's going to work. my understanding is that there were people who were against it. There were people for it. My sister-in-law was in Hiroshima when the bomb dropped, and my wife's whole family was there. I went to Hiroshima on the day that the bomb was dropped, and they had a ceremony there. I have a good friend of mine who says, I'm for it because it saved a lot of lives. There's been a lot of retrospect on that question, and there's still questions. So rather than to give you an opinion, I will tell you that I hope that the candidate that's up for election right now doesn't have Japan, Korea, and the Arab states have nuclear weapons. That's my opinion. It's a hell of a thing. Once you see the devastation, and I used to show films of the devastation, it is very gruesome, to say the least. Okay. Thank you for the question, though. Appreciate it. Yes.
How was your family accepted in Ogden?
Say again?
How was your family accepted in Ogden?
That's an interesting question. How was my family accepted in Ogden? There's two sides to my comment. Okay? One is, I was jacked a lot in Ogden by kids, even adults. Walk down the street, jacked. The other side of the coin is, there are a lot of Mormons in Ogden, as you know. And in the process of having the Mormons, they accepted us. And I was taken in by a family that I would call a surrogate family that took me in because my mom and dad didn't speak a lot of English, and I had somebody to relate to. And the person that, the family, the son, is one of my best friends right now. So, you know, that's an interesting question. I haven't thought about that for quite a while, but sure brought back a lot of memories. But, you know, the interesting thing is when you get in a fight with another kid, you know, they say, you butthole, or you this, you that. And then once somebody says, you Jap, then what are you going to say? What's your comeback? Right? I had no comeback. Now I do. I used to get into a lot of fist fights.
Did many of your people go back to San Francisco in the neighborhood?
Yes. All my cousins went back. I think there was more comfort there because the Japanese community is pretty cohesive there. But my dad, for some reason, was hesitant. And to this day, I wish I could have asked him why he didn't go back, because it could have changed my whole life. But staying in Ogden, it changed my life anyway, because I had tons and tons of friends. I played football, so it helped me to have a whole bunch of friends and a whole bunch of girlfriends too. Although there are some girls that said, I can't go out with you because my parents did not to go out with Japanese person. It's okay. So that was painful.
The Japanese in Hawaii, did they essentially escape the concentration camp loop that you've been talking about for the last hour? Japanese in Hawaii during those years.
There was a camp set up for the Japanese in Hawaii. The problem with Hawaii is there were so many Japanese that it would have messed up their economy terribly. The pineapples and all of the sugar cane and all of that would have gone bust if they would have incarcerated everybody. And so they said, well, hey, this is an island they can't get off, so why don't we just, and if anybody raises any trouble, we'll arrest them. So the question is, no, they didn't set up a camp on an ongoing basis, but they did put away several people.
At the time you were in the camp, what people think was going to happen and how they feel about that?
If you were in the camp, what would you say?
Well, if I believed in America, I would say this will pass. If I wasn't sure, I would be a little nervous.
You know, what's interesting is that the numbers of people that have mental breakdowns is very small. So that gives you a sense of how the stoicism works at one level, but it can work against you too. It's a tough proposition all the way around. Yes.
I just want to express my appreciation for you coming here and talking. I think it really, really makes a difference. And so I really appreciate it. And I think I probably speak for a lot of people here.
Well, I appreciate being able to speak to you because, hey, all of you are a part of my bucket list, okay? I said to myself, I think I have, there's only so many people I can talk about. Most Japanese people are nonverbal, shy to some degree. And so I said, my buddy said, hey, you know, you gotta do it. And I did it at Weber State University 2014, and he says, you gotta do it again. So I've been doing as many as I can to inform. How many learned something today? All right. Wow.
Are you speaking to high schools here in town, or?
You know what? I've spoken at 2. I got one more to go tomorrow. And one of the schools is Hellgate, one was alternative school, and there's one other school. But like you folks, they didn't fall asleep. Because I watched them, I have my stick ready. So I think there's more to be said about this because there's just an interesting dynamic that's going on with this election this time, and we have to stay alert as to what the impact of what will happen if one candidate gets in. Amen.